Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Morning, good morning, good morning. Nasdaq futures contract up here. Give it just a couple minutes, see if anybody else trickles in here, and then we'll start the technical analysis stuff. Man, she just does not want to go down, does she? Not want to go down. Had some retail sales numbers come out. 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Retail sales, I believe, let me see before I start acting like I know what I'm talking about. Retail sales, check out the headlines. Retail sales tumbled 0.8% in January, much more than expected. I don't want to join your club, Jim Cramer. So you actually saw a bullish move on the Nasdaq on that news, and that's again because everybody wants the economy to slow down in order for interest rates to go down. So saw this. Where is it? At 8 or 7:30, and the minute chart would be better. You see it over here. When those numbers came out, the actual market impulsed up on that. Those were good numbers for cutting interest rates. But we quickly saw that move fade to the downside, moving a little lower. Just giving it about 2 more minutes and then we're going to jump into the charts. We do have PPI coming out tomorrow, producer price index numbers coming out tomorrow. So another big inflation number coming out you need to be aware of. That comes out at 7:30 a.m. Central Time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Be aware of that. That will move the market for sure. What else is going on in the headlines over here? Let's just take a look at these headlines real quick. Headlines coming in. There was one interesting one here. Slower. NVIDIA. Oh, here. NVIDIA passes Alphabet in market cap and is now the third most valuable U.S. company. A lot of the bullish moves that we saw yesterday in the Nasdaq are coming from NVIDIA and Supermicron. If you look at those stocks, those things are pumping to the upside. Nobody cares about inflation with those. They're finding that the prices that where they are right now are good prices compared to their earnings potential. They saw that little pullback on CPI news as a great opportunity to get in on this thing. So, so that's what we got going on here. In terms of news coming out this morning, look at what we got. Thursday, so we had jobless claim. What? Initial jobless claims. Maybe that was the number I saw. Yeah, initial jobless claims moved up. So that was also good for the market, I guess. Where's retail sales down here? Retail sales. Then we got something else. Industrial production coming out at 8:15 in 1 minute. Home builder confidence. I don't know. But yeah, initial jobless claims. That was a big one that I should have mentioned too. Actually came up, increase. So yeah, jobless claims increase. Import price index that actually declined. Retail sales declined. Yeah. Need the economy to slow down a little bit so they can justify cutting interest rates. I keep saying it, but I mean, that's really just the truth. When those numbers come in hot, it's going to drive the market up. Morning, Josh. How are you doing, man? Thanks for being here. All right, let's look at the technicals. Let's look at the daily chart. Bullish uptrend is still intact. Nothing's really changed from yesterday. The big level is going to be CPI low right there. It also is corresponding with this supporting trend line on the daily. We've had several touches on this daily trend line, so I think it is valid. It's right above. It's trending right with the 20 SMA on the daily as well. So this whole zone down here is going to be big support. We are above it. So, again, the bullish up channel is still intact. Until that breaks, I feel like you need to have bullish bias, but that's just my opinion. We can switch over to 4 hours, start moving down. You want to look at a weekly real quick? The weeklies opened up to 18,500. Let's see. I mean, inflation numbers can change all of this, so let's see. This is the CPI. This is a 4-hour chart now. 4-hour chart. You can see the CPI low over here, where the CPI numbers came in. This is the low that it put in, corresponds with a few levels over here as well. So it's significant. Need to keep that in mind. We have an ace. Looks like we've got an ascending channel here on the 4-hour, which we need to keep in mind. So looks like local support's gonna be right here at 44. I would say 56 to 40, about a 20-point zone in there. It's gonna be massive support for it in terms of just the short-term support, near-term support. I'll put that there. It's gonna be the 20 SMA, this trend line, all that stuff. On the 4-hour, I think if it gets through, I can make this a zone, I guess. I'll put that zone there. I'm listening to the industrial numbers. I don't think those numbers really matter. Anyway, that's going to be our big local support zone right there. So that comes in at 44 to 54, that area. If we start moving through that, then I think it's going to open up the CPI low. It's going to open up 600. That being said, this could be a nice support area to buy with the anticipation of taking it back up, which is probably something I would actually look to do, is buy down here this one contract and see what it wants to do. If we get through 30, if we get through 30, then I think you probably want to close out. You're probably wrong on it, but you might have to endure some drawdown when it moves into that level, because these aren't going to be exact. You could try to take one, or you could wait for bullish structure to form, or not bullish, like bullish structure to form, like on Delta, or you're watching the tape, or you're watching some sort of order flow to confirm that level, which would be a better idea, a good idea, I think. Let's move down to an hourly. There's that blue box zone that we drew out. Let's see. I'm going to try to refine this a little bit here. I put it like that, I guess, at 56. Yeah. You can also see it corresponds pretty nicely. I'm going to move this really quick. You can see it corresponds nicely with this low volume node right here. So, I would say that is a pretty decent level to keep an eye on. Go. That's a good level to keep an eye on. Again, if it gets through, that, it's probably going to open up, 23, 20 down here. I don't know. You could trade micros, buy one here, buy another one here, and then you're out down here at 89. I don't know. I would not copy my trades, though. I've been known to be wrong. Not copy my trades. This is just all educational, entertainment purposes. I am wrong all the time. If you ever watch the channel, I lose lots of money sometimes. Often. It's always best just to, know your setups, know why you're getting in and out of trades. But this is just how I do my technicals. So we got that big zone down here on the hourly, but we're bouncing off the 20 SMA on the hourly. It's also kind of local support here in pre-market. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, gosh darn it, over here. You can see that local support down there. 20 SMA, we've also wicked off of it several times. Boom, 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 in pre-market. So, maybe this traps some bears. Maybe we break through here, we trap some bears, take one down here with the anticipation of taking it back up. Let's look at a 5-minute real quick. Yeah, support zone down here. One up here. I could see it breaking through this level, trapping some bears, coming down here and then popping back up. So that would be kind of my idea. It's pre-market lows down here. Take a stab at it long. You may have to endorse some drawdown though, because it may whip through here, come down into this area, maybe whip down, trap some more bears, and then start to come up. So I don't know, just an idea. Other thing to keep an eye on here is Delta's pretty weak coming in the morning. It's only at 130. Yesterday, I think Delta on the open, we came in and where were we on the open yesterday? Oh, I took another trade here yesterday after the live stream. See 8:30 here. We can see Delta at 8:30 yesterday was actually up about 2,700 yesterday on the market open. So 2,500. So it was a more bullish open yesterday, I would say. Obviously we had some selling off going on here, but you can't argue with this uptrend, So yeah, we'll just have to look at that. Sorry, take a text there. Yeah. So anyway, so we look at higher on the 4-hour. Then if we start, moving up, yeah. Getting all my drawing tools here. Wish NinjaTrader had like a universal drawing tool where I could just click on it and go into any chart, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I see this zone down here as a big support level, and then if we start moving higher, breaking pre-market highs, if we hold this kind of bullish up channel that we've got. Pushing down a little bit here. Yep, so this is our support zone down here. Nice LVN from yesterday as well. I'd be looking for it to push down here, maybe take buy one, and then if we got through 40, I'd be looking to close out. So, but I like to see some buying come through on Delta as we came down here. Again, we may have to endure a little bit of drawdown. So, I don't know. about taking a micro on it. I don't particularly like these trades because sometimes they don't, it's not exact. It's not like an exact level. And if I can endure a 20-point drawdown, I don't really want to suffer through that on a full contract. I'd rather try to scale into something and then just get out if it doesn't work. I might do that. I might take a micro down. I might try to scale into some micros down here if it wants to move. And look at some of the market internals. I'm horrible at this live streaming stuff. My thing is all over the place. Some selling coming through over here. I don't know. It's difficult to look at these internals pre-market. Particularly time and sales. You can see the advanced decline from yesterday. What we had going on. Very high advanced decline. It was weird yesterday. High market breadth, high advanced decline. It seemed like, I don't know. It seemed like the market should have gone down, but it just didn't want to go down. I mean, that just seems like that's been the theme of it, all week. Anyways. I'm just trying to find things to chat about here, I think. How you guys doing? What are you guys thinking today? Up, down on the market, ranging? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. What are you guys thinking? Market's gonna open in a couple minutes. All right. Do I have time to fill my coffee mug? Nope. 20 seconds. All right. We may take a micro on that thing down there, down in the zone. I may scale into micros on it. It's the open. I don't know what it's gonna do. It's kind of guessing. You know what I mean? But we'll see. What zone is this in? I have to be over here. See if it even wants to move down there. Sometimes you're like waiting for that move to come to the downside or come into your zone, and you're just so concentrated on the trade setup that you kind of identified, and it doesn't happen, and you miss everything that is actually happening in front of you. Like this thing may just start ripping up, and I'll be like, oh, I thought it was going to come down to my support zone. I think it's going to get through here. I think we're going to get this drop down. Hit that like button. That's right, Josh. Hit that like button. Thank you, sir. My thesis here is that we're going to break this little pre-market support level over here. Trap some bears as we push down to 58. 60. 61. Might get at 61 if we get that move down. That's where it's going to find some support right down here. Some significant report. Trap some bears down there. And then I'm scaling with micros on this move because it's not really... It's trying to like buy the bottom of it. And that's a tricky move, particularly with the Nasdaq because it moves around so much. So the P&L on this is not going to be fireworks, but probably you may have to draw like a 20-point drawdown. I don't really want to be down $500 and then close out down 5 or 6 and just have it whip right back up in my directions. Well, I'm not taking a short design knob. Oh, it's good to see you, design knob. Yeah, I'm expecting this thing to move down to 61-ish. And then I want to try to get in on it, trap some bears. Starting to move down. Oh, wants to trap somebody down here. Delta's moving down lower though. I'm watching time and sales. I might start scaling in here. Watching this price action. Might trap some folks here. Let's go long one here. Again, we're scaling in, guys. Scaling in. So these stops are going to be wider. I'm scaling against 61. Get in. Scaling on 2 now. And these are micros, guys. Trying to manage this risk the best I can. Stop on it is going to be down at 29. I know, pretty brutal, but I think at 29 you would be wrong, like clearly wrong. I'm not seeing any real buying here on Delta. Still in our zone. Not seeing the buying I want to see on Delta. Just trying to hold this level. I just can't quite do it. The big support area. See if it wants to hold. And big support. Let's see if we see some delta moving in here. Go long again here. Got a nice bullish candle on the 1 minute. Delta looks good there. Bear makes the funniest face when I drink water. Thanks, Design Knob. Yeah. I've returned. 4 hour again. Yeah, I think putting your stop, 30 points away, you're trying to make about 40. This looks like it wants to come down though. You're not copying my trades. This could be a massive dud. We're just trying to guess this zone here. We're trying to see if this zone wants to hold. If it gets, if it breaks 76, we start moving up. Particularly if it breaks 84, then we're going to be yeses to the upside, huh? The big watching this 5 minute. Push down to 51. Might buy some more at 50. See Delta's going flat. So I will not be live streaming tomorrow, guys. Not be live streaming tomorrow or Monday. Monday is President's Day here in the United States. I don't think I may get filled there on my 4th. There we go. It is President's Day here in the United States, so I will not be live streaming tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow, my kids do not have school. I'll be hanging out with them. I'll still be trading, but I'm just not going to be live streaming. They've got a 4-day weekend. If you're just joining us, hit that like button. Taking a buy down here, or we're scaling in with micros. Oh, this is just a big support area that we recognized using higher time frames, a 4 hour. If it gets through, if we get through, really, if we get through 30, we start clearing this zone, we get through all this, then you're wrong. But scaling it with micros is a good way to try to get in at a better price, particularly when you're looking at a wider zone. We can see cumulative, or we can see point of control came in down here. It's a good way to get in. Scaling your price, get in at a good price, particularly when you're looking at a wider zone. I mean, I think our first entry was over here somewhere at like 76, and then we've kind of scaled in down here in this consolidation. You can see Delta going flat, but if we break, you can see Delta going flat, some buying coming in there, which is encouraging. But this is probably all I'm going to scale in at. I might take one more. Nah, I'll probably just leave it at 4. Down. Low volume coming in down here. Scaling my last contract. And that's my last one. That's my full position that I'm willing to take on this. It's just looking more and more bearish the more I look at it. But sometimes it's going to look really bearish, and then they want people to get short on it. So I don't know. Big short zone up here at 70. I don't know. I think it's going to hit some pretty good resistance at 70. And if I was not in this long position, I'd probably be looking to go into a short. I may just have to close out of this. This is looking too nasty. We're going to get stopped out down here, so risking 30, trying to make about 40, 45. Dude, I was looking at, I'm getting into this like trading in AR, augmented reality, like using the Vision Pro. And I was looking at the Vision Pro, and somebody did a video about using TradingView with the Vision Pro. And I was like, oh man, that looks so cool. And then somebody else was like, then I saw Mark Zuckerberg yesterday on, did like a promo thing trying to get people to buy the Quest 3. And I was like, man, I wonder if anyone's ever day traded with the Quest, which is only like, I think you can get the Quest 2 for like $300, which is not very, I mean, it's reasonable, right? And yeah, people day trade with the Quest 2 too. I mean, it looks kind of cool, just like for a fun thing to do. I mean, I don't know, you might get tired of it. I have used those Oculus Quest VR glasses or whatever, and you get super dizzy. I mean, super dizzy. So I don't know, but it sounds kind of neat just to like be laying on your couch with your VR headset on, with your multiple screens and your augmented reality setup, and just kind of clicking away. you really got to let this trade start playing out. You know, if you get, I'm moving this down to the upper band here on the 1 minute. If you're willing to take the 30-point loss, then you got to be willing to hold it for your take profit, because that risk, always shifting your risk like that, is going to catch up with you. It may work out on this trade, you know, closing out here for a small profit. But over the course of your trading, that's always going to kind of be a losing strategy. So you got to let it play out, take the $300 loss or whatever, trying to make the 300 to the upside. But this is looking weak. I think it's going to go up, design out. I mean, I think we're in a bullish structure. You know, the hard thing with trading futures is that we may come down and hit, like, look at the hourly. We may come down to 700. We may come down to 25. Now it looks like it's going to push to 36. We scale into one full contract. Keep adding to our loser. This 5 minute looks bearish. I don't know. You're going to let the trade play out. But it looks bearish. I think it's had time to come up, and she just don't want to. She just don't want to. She don't want to go up. She wants to go down. How's our poll doing? Man, we're about 50-50 here. Most feel like we're going down today. Bit of a move there. We need to trap some bears. It would be a significant move to make this move up at this point. I mean, it's kind of had its opportunity to bounce, and it seems like we're accepting these lower prices. So, yeah, it looks bearish. Negative delta, negative on the day, below VWAP, and I'm trying to hold on to this, but might not be much to hold on to. Might want to get out break even, maybe. As I gave that big long speech about not letting the risk catch up to you. Keep having to move this down. Really trying to get out at the top of the band here on the. Might be all she wrote. See if we get lucky here with a pop. See how this 1 minute closes here in 6 seconds. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on that. Well, so I close out of that because this is just value. This is a value area high over here. We are in the support zone. I'm not saying it's not going to go up, but in terms of just like in the next 5 minutes, it's more likely to make another move back down. Value area high up here, low volume, no, below VWAP, negative delta, negative on the day, bearish 1 minute. I'd be closing out here. Just doesn't look good. Yeah, I got one taco. Literally a taco. I'm gonna have me a taco for lunch. Very bearish. Very bearish sign. We go the other way with it. It's this blue dotted line on the hourly is a 200 SMA. Oh, I'm glad I closed out. I definitely would have gotten stopped out. So trade did not work. But what I will say is that if I would have taken one full contract up here wherever I first got in, I mean that's a massive loss if it came down to 29 or whatever. If you got, that's like, what is it? If you got in at, so let's say we got in at 60. Let's say we got in a good price at 60, right at our support level at 60. We take that 31 point loss. That's $600 and something dollars. And by scaling in, we're actually green a couple bucks, but I think that's the way that I need to trade those support and resistance levels when I'm just looking for a bounce. Yeah, I think there's just some selling going on with PPI numbers coming out tomorrow. It's also a long weekend, so there's no one's going to be trading on Monday. All right, guys, I'm going to get some coffee. Give this thing a like if you wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate it. Give this thing a like. And I'll insert an ad if you want to support the channel. Just click on the ad. If not, zone out for a couple seconds, and I'll be right back. Oh man, I'm missing a setup here. Dang it. This would have been a good setup. Break lower, break that support, form that LVN, higher volume node. You get in right on the retest of that LVN. Barnacles down to 05. And Delta's moving up here. Look at Delta. Hitting the bottom of the band there on the hourly. So this looks like a good short if you get it back up here around this low volume node. However, I'm looking at Delta down here, cumulative Delta, bullish. Oh, there's the pop break. Dang it, missed that one. Just say 4 hour looks really bearish. There's some buying coming through on this. Give this thing a like, guys, if you're getting any entertainment out of this. Watching Mr. Bear make a whopping $7 to buy a taco. We took a long on some micros over here. Basically, when we came in, if you're just watching, we came in, we identified a big support area over here using the 4 hour chart. We scaled, you can see it right here. Basically, this big support zone here on the 4 hour. We scaled in up to I think five contracts on the micros. Around that, it was like a 20 point range where it could find some support. So we started scaling in on micros when it came down to that. That was up here in this consolidation. You can see it. And I thought we were going to get it. Well, the idea was that there was a big support area down here, somewhere around like 60 to 40, exactly where it ranged. And we saw Delta flattening out. So we were like, well, maybe we're going to get a bounce here. And it just failed. We ended up actually getting out on a little impulse to the upside. And you can see it over here on the minute. Where's the minute chart over here? Where was that? It was this impulse here. It looked like we were going to pop up, and then it just failed. I mean, it just got this nasty bearish 1 minute, and it's like it's done. It's not moving up over there. In this consolidation, we broke lower. All those longs became sellers. And we're moving to the downside here. Hitting the bottom of the band here over here on the hourly. 4-hour looks bearish. Daily looks, we're still in that bullish up channel on the daily. So PPI is coming out tomorrow. Monday, there's not going to be any trading. I think the futures market will be open, but it's going to be halted early, I guess. Or I don't know what you look at the hours for the futures market for Monday. It's President's Day, so stock market's closed, but futures market will probably be open, I'm assuming. I'm not sure what the hours are going to be. Somebody else probably knows. Usually they halt around noon, I think. So be aware of that. I will not be live streaming tomorrow or Monday. My kids do not have school tomorrow, so I'll be hanging out with them. I will be trading, but I'll be bouncing back and forth. Got a new soccer goal for our backyard. Just got it. Literally was just delivered. So I'm going to be putting that thing together and playing with my kids tomorrow and maybe taking some trades. But I suspect tomorrow will be pretty slow. Monday's no trade, and I won't be streaming on Monday either. I'll be back next Tuesday. Bouncing off of this 800-ish level, bottom of the band on the 1 hour. Now it's looking bullish, breaking swing highs. Delta's moving up with it. We are overbought though on the Williams percent on the 1 minute. I'm not going to chase it right here. It looks like a long though. Tomorrow, 7:30 PPI, 7:30 a.m. Central Time PPI. Make sure you are well aware of that. That is going to be a market mover, massive market mover. Moving bullish here, moving bullish. Moving up, 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 up. That's my singing. Stab. 55. This is definitely chasing, but I think we're going to get that move. It may just go into 50. Maybe just go into that point of control and then first down. Really, the entry, if you're looking to go long, is you're waiting for that move up and then pull back down back to the 20 SMA over in the minute, and then you look for that break back to the upside. So you may have gotten it here. That's a pretty, sorry, you can't. That's a pretty bullish candle here on the 1 minute. And when we break that high, that's where you're seeing all that buying coming through. So this looks like a long, you can maybe try to take it up to VWAP. But you'll notice I'm not taking it. I've been burned on these before. And I'm like a Pavlov's dog. Very negative association. These overextended kind of breakouts here. The upside. Might be able to go long. I think you'll get a retest at 26, or maybe it just curls in and we fail. I don't like chasing those. I do. It is encouraging though for the bulls for sure. So I will say this is still bearish, right? I wouldn't be. I personally, for me, I wouldn't be going long here. It is encouraging for the bulls, but for me personally, we're still bearish. We're below VWAP. We're right on the day, negative. Almost negative 0.25%. Delta's still negative, even though we are making bullish structure. It's got a lot of resistance levels up there that it's got to get through, particularly up there around VWAP 70. I think that's going to be a big level, and that would actually, I think be interesting to try to take a short, maybe like just a quick mean reversion trade. But it looks bullish for sure. I don't want to buy it here though. I think you might get a pullback. I've just been burned on these too many times. That being said, it may rip up to 70. I mean, it's 15 points away. You could try to take it. Stop would be below at 32. So you've got like a 20-point stop trying to make 20 points. It's a 1R. It's not the worst trade. You get in closer to 40. I think that would be a better trade. Stop would be at 29. So that would be, a 3R. There's nothing worse when you see this thing, you're like, we're getting sucked up to VWAP, and you buy it, and you got your order right here at like 55, and then she just reverses down to 40, and you're like, no, come on, keep going. Appreciate the likes, guys. I hate to beg for likes, but it really does help. I saw somebody making a video the other day, like explaining how likes help so much, and how much work people put into doing these live streams or videos and all this stuff, and just begging for people to click a mouse. But it really does help. It helps put this out in front of people who may not watch it, or don't know about it. Helps the YouTube algorithm. And I think the more people you get in here, the more ideas you can get bouncing around there in the chat. I like to hear what you guys are doing. Anybody taking some trades on this thing today? How's everybody else's P&L? Hopefully a little more robust than mine. Meta's ripping. Meta came out with some news. Meta is killing it. I used to not be a fan of Facebook at all, but I tell you what, Meta's stock is killing it. I was never an investor in Meta, but I would say in the last 6 months, I have bought and sold more Meta than I ever had in my entire life. Yeah, you can tell by the poll here, we've got kind of mixed numbers. I think it's going to pop the view up. I would have a short at 70. I think you do have a pop of VWAP up there. You can see that Bollinger Band on the 1 minute, how it's opened up just perfectly to VWAP. Perfectly. Again, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a pullback, maybe towards 40 to get in on it. But looks like she's going to pop up. Bit overextended. If you guys are thinking about doing any prop firm evaluations, there's a couple codes in the description. Save you some money and it'll help the channel out. Looks like it's going to push down over here. The codes will give you whatever the best promotion is they have at the time. So I think Take Profit Trader is still doing their 40% off sale, which does not sound that remarkable. But the big thing about that is that once you pass the evaluation, you do not pay any PA fees to set up your account. So lots of times with these prop firm evaluations, they'll give you the evaluation really cheap for like 80 or 90% off. So you only pay, $30 or something for the evaluation, but then they slap you with a $200 PA fee set up after you pass the evaluation. So with Take Profit Trader, I think it's like, I don't know, it's 40% off, whichever one you want to do. And so that's going to go anywhere from like $75 to $100 probably, but then you do not pay any performance account setup fee once you pass it. So you actually end up saving about half of what you would have paid doing one of the other prop firm evaluations. That being said, if you want to go in cheap, there's an Apex coupon down there too. Either one of those will give you their best deal on the day or whatever their best promo is going on right now. I get a little cut of that too, and you save some money as well. So works out for everybody. I traded evaluations for like 2 years before I switched over to trading my own money. I would highly encourage it. Teaches you rules, teaches you the pain of losing performance accounts. I have lost many a performance account, and it teaches you risk management for sure. Better to go and lose a $200 PA account than to lose and I have blown $5,000 accounts before, so it's easy to do. And I've done it in a day. Be careful with your accounts. Let's see what it wants to do down here at that 20 SMA on the 1 minute. Some of the, also this move is Berkshire Hathaway sold a shit ton of Apple stock. I wonder what Apple's doing today. I looked at it. Yeah, Apple's down 1%. Apple is not the favorite stock anymore, I would say. Tesla is doing well, but I still wouldn't touch Tesla. Oh, let's see what it wants to do here. Rejecting that 20 SMA over here on the daily or on the 1 minute. Comes up, maybe it rejects, then we get a move down to like 19. If we close back above it, it's looking bullish. Stop would be at 21. We're still in this bearish channel though on the day. Say below VWAP, negative right on the day, negative delta, even though we are making bullish structure. You can look at time and sales. Look at the buying going on in the NQ. We're here on time and sales, so it looks bullish. We're below that VWAP. I don't know. I think what you might see on this is like these moves up. You know, we break the new high a little bit, and then we have these deep pullbacks. Break the high a little bit, deep pullback. Those are tricky to trade for me. I think some of this is that Meta just came out with some news that they're making it easier for advertisers or something, and the stock spiked up, and that's I think pulling the Nasdaq up with it. See this bearish channel, we're in the 1 minute. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Anybody take some trades? Design 9 taking some trades over there in the ES. It's bullish. That 5 minute. Nice job, Design Knob. Nice job. What up, Nick? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Oh, it's looking the way it's looking. Got a little false breakout here on the 1 minute. We're below, we're below VWAP. We are negative on the day, negative just over 0.25%. Delta is negative. These are all bearish signs. We're making, this is pre-market, but we are making lower highs on the day. We have not yet made a higher high, so we are still bearish. Let's say we saw this bullish move here. Meta came out and announced something about some new advertising, something or other, and their stock popped a little bit. I think that probably made the Nasdaq move up as well. Looks like it's moving down again here. It looked like she was going to make a move up here and tag VWAP, but didn't want to do it. Very bearish. I would not be bullish on this thing until we got like above 70 and held those prices. 76 and held. So yeah, I don't know. I am long. It's hard when you're long equities and you're watching this because you're rooting for the thing to go up. I don't want this thing to fall out of the sky because I'm going to be losing money in my main account or my equities account or whatever, my brokerage, my equities account. But at the same time, I gotta recognize that this looks bearish. If we look over here on the 4 hour, that higher time frame that we drew out in pre-market, we got through the supporting level, this ascending trend line, which had 2 touches on it, which kind of verified it. Plus, it corresponded with the 20 SMA on the 4 hour. Bearish candle on the 4 hour. 4 hour looks just bearish, like it wants to make the move down, back down here, back down to these lows. But at the same time, I'm secretly rooting for this thing to go up. So it's a difficult position to be in. But this looks like another short coming in here. And you can just see how it slowly trickled up, and then the sellers just came in and took it down. Now it's coming back up. This looks like a short. I should have taken that. I have no idea what a breaker block and a unicorn reversal is. No idea. I've never heard of that. That could just be my inexperience showing through, but what is a breaker block? Like a liquidity grab? What is that? I might take a stab at a short here. Probably down to 12. I would say back down here to 1250. Liquidity grab. I'm gonna miss this short. Dang it, I missed the short. That's done. Damn, that was a good short too. That was my trade. Price comes down, it makes a new low, right? We break this low, makes that low, comes up. You get all these bearish candles on the 1 minute, big area of resistance up here. And just take it down and back down the bottom of the band. I mean, that doesn't look like a lot, but you know, if you got in at, let's say you got in at 29, took it down to 12, that's pretty good. And your stop is here. So 29, you only got a 6-point stop, and you're trying to make, 20 points on it here. So there's your take profit. There's your stop loss. Should take. What's a unicorn reversal? Is that just like when it falls out of the sky and then we get is it just like a V bottom? I will say about ICT is that guy is making a fortune just recoining a bunch of terms and making incredibly long videos. Saw 2,000 shares go through on the triple Q. I'm in sales. I wish I would have taken that short. Yeah. I mean, it's like, who's the other guy? Carmen somebody? Carmen Rosado? Sounds like a pasta. He does supply and demand. He's a big supply and demand guy. I mean, that's just support and resistance. Right? It's nothing new. I gotta think of something to coin. What can I do? Oh man, I've been staring at this thing too long. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, delta divergence. Another short. It looks like it's coming in. Ah, just can't quite pull the trigger on it. Delta divergence. Look at this range we got going on that 1 minute. For short, you begin stopped out here. Probably gonna see a burst. Stop orders go out. Stock buybacks are becoming. You saw that? I think it was Uber did a big stock, 50 billion stock buyback. Drove their stock up. I think that's 857 for me because it's not 957 yet. I don't know. I mean, this is a trade that we were in this morning, right? This consolidation where it came down to a big area of support. It consolidated. This is just bulls, bears, and bulls battling it out, trying to see who's going to win. And the bears won, took it down, or at least there were some stops down here. They got taken out. And then our main man Meta came out and said they got some new advertising plan or whatever, and it's driven this thing up a little bit more bullish. Yeah, I was in that trade, Nick. That's my $7 profit to go buy a taco. I mean, that's what we came in this morning and looked at was a big support area coming in there. That we just identified that on the 4-hour chart over here. It didn't hold. The support area didn't hold. So we got out basically at break even. That's cool though, man. I mean, if that stuff works for you, if all that ICT stuff works for you, keep doing it. If you find it profitable, keep doing it. I'm not here to knock anybody. I'm the last person that should be knocking somebody for trading. We're going to take a stab at a short here, and it's probably my trading day if I get stopped out on this. Got this bearish 1 minute candle coming in. I've just been watching this thing for so long. Got this bearish 1 minute candle coming in. I suspect it might want to fall back down to like 20-ish. I should probably take it down a little bit lower though. Barnacles, I'm gonna get stopped out on this. This is just watching it too long and just trying to find a trade, you know? Even when there's not a trade to be had. Just gonna get out. My brain is fried. All right, guys, my brain is fried. I'm just jumping into things here. That's awesome, man. Yeah, keep studying. I mean, what I say is look at what other people are doing, what other people have found to be successful, and try to create your own strategy that works for you around that. Following somebody else's strategy, like to a tick, for one, I don't think there really is a strategy that works like exactly every time. I mean, the thing is, I talked about it before. It's kind of like you're a mechanic or a doctor or something, where you've got a tool bag full of resources, different trade setups, different strategies. That this looks like a short, different strategies that you can use in different situations. You know. All right, I've been watching this thing too long. I'm gonna take a break. I'll fill up my coffee mug. Give this thing a like. I'd love to have 15 likes on this before when I come back. It does look like a short here though. Dang it. I gotta let's a couple of these pass by and get a fresh look at it. I'm just too zoned in. I'm gonna take a break. Yeah, a couple likes would be awesome, man. Guys, gals, whoever's in here. All right, I'll see you here in a few seconds. All right, so trying to push up, isn't it? I think it's got to break. It's got to break this zone up here. Where are session highs? Yeah, these are all the session highs here. All right, so the only real trade setup I see, session highs actually. Well, I think that this is going to be a significant resistance zone up here for it. If it can get through that, you'd want to see volume coming in up here once it gets through that to kind of confirm that we might get a continuation to the upside. You know, but right now this is significant resistance up here. I'd be looking to short it anywhere up here. Even though I'm rooting for it to go up. But yeah, you'd want to see it, you know, break this, break out of here, move up, and then get volume coming in up here like that. And, you know, even break 900 would be significant. And then you'd want to see more volume coming in up here. But at the moment, the only thing to do is to short it when it reaches VWAP. For me, anyway. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. You can see how we're kind of fanning away here. At least that's the way I look at it. Fanning away from this support. It's just a bullish sign. Please tell me you're joking with the golden albino Pegasus trade. Please tell me that's a joke. Yeah, Nick, I watched like one or two of his videos, and Jesus, they're long. It's like, get to the point, dude. There was something like I watched like the design now. That's a joke, right? The golden albino Pegasus trade. That's a joke. Tell me it's a joke. If it's real, the thing is, I wouldn't be too surprised if it was. You can see how price is not, you know, price is moving up, but look at the divergence in Delta. Delta's not budging. And if you look over at advanced decline, you can see the advanced decline is kind of moving down. So I don't, you know, I'm not bullish on this yet. Yeah, I'd be careful of ICT. There's some people that made some videos and I'm like debunking it. I mean, a lot of it I think is just basic concepts that have been out there that he just kind of recoined. The silver bullet thing. I don't know. There's a ton of silver bullet strategy videos. Everybody's trying to do a silver bullet thing. I don't even really know what it is. I mean, I know you have to do it like at a certain time of day, but then I saw a lot of people like debunked it and they're like, this is stupid. This is just random. And he's like, oh, it's because you're doing it wrong, because you're an idiot. Basically blamed these people, people that were trying to do it because they were just not doing it correctly, in the right thing. I don't know. And he kind of cherry picks, his trade setups. I don't know. Buy low, sell high. Yeah. This was a good short up here. You get this little bearish 2000 volume candle up at that big area of resistance, delta dropping. That looked like a good short scalp, but you can see that it's like trying to move up, right? And again, all that delta divergence, as price was moving up, delta's just remaining flat. So you try to short at that resistance level. But you can see price trying to move up, like it wants to go up. It's just too much resistance above it. Is there a bull character? I don't know. I don't think there is. I can look. You think I should be bull and a bear on the days that I feel like market's going up, going down? You don't like the bear? I'm kidding. No, I get it. I thought about that. You know what I did one time? Excuse me. I was Trump one time. I got a Trump character to do this, and oh man, I lost like subscribers. Like I was Trump, and then the next day I lost a bunch of subscribers. And I was just being Trump to be funny. People did not like it. I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I think it was like Trump had like said something to like send the market like way up, and so I was like Trump for that day because the market was just like tearing up. Whatever he said, I think it was during the China relations. Remember that when Trump was president, and he would come out and just say like, uh, he would be like, oh, like one day he would be like, we're gonna, impose sanctions on China. We're cutting off China trade, and then the market would just like tank, and you're like, short, short it, short it, short it. The next day he would come out and be like, well, actually, we're going to expand relations with China and increase our trade. We've come to a really good agreement, blah, blah, blah. And then the market would just shoot up. I mean, he was just like, every time he spoke, the market was going up and down, up and down, up and down. Crazy. No, I don't have a bull guy, unfortunately. Maybe, I don't know if I can pay somebody to make me one. I always like the bear. There's like some kind of like psychological, it's not a psychological test, it's like a psychological joke, and I can't remember what it is. It's like if you had to be, I can't remember. If you had to be like one animal, what would it be? It was like a weird thing where it kind of like tested like your like subconscious. I don't know if that's a word. Um, and bear was like my answer for some question, and then at the end it tells you like what your answers reveal about you. And my answer was bear, and it was like, well, bear is like your animal personality that you are, kind of lazy, hibernating, sleepy. I don't know. It looks like we're pushing down to, yeah. You can see the wedge that we're in over here on the 5 minute. Breaking the supporting trend line, looking more bearish. We get through this 5 minute trend line. I think we're going to be making a run at lows. I don't know how to draw this trend line, something like that, I guess. Can't seem to pull the trigger on the short here, guys. Oh boy, it's falling here. Again, 4 hour looks very bearish. Damn, if I would have taken that short up here, that would have been good. We can do the same thing like we are talking about if we got through this big resistance level. We can do the same thing to the downside. Let's see if we break lows, and let's see if we get some volume coming in down here. Not seeing a lot of volume coming in down here. We also, what you'd like to see is it actually clearly break these lows. This is a liquidity grab. What is the sell side liquidity? Is that what this thing is? It's a liquidity grab. Um, we came down here. There's probably a ton of orders sitting down here. Grabbed them. Now we're bouncing. What you'd like to see is a nice breakdown, and then, a high volume node form, low volume node up here. That would signal a continuation to the downside, but clearly we came down, broke lows. We don't really want to go any further. We'll see what it wants to do up here, but the fact that we came back up into the range, not a good sign that it's going to keep falling. But if we break lows again and come down, we'll look to see if we get a high volume node coming. 4 hour still looks really bearish. Bearish 2000 volume. Bearish delta. All right, let's see what it wants to do down here. $10.08 right now. All right, let's see what it wants to do. It's gonna get out there. Back there at lows, I guess. I'm just scalping this. I've been staring at this thing way too freaking long. So I did like that low volume node that came in. I just put a sell order right there, and just trying to get back out at lows. I'm just scalp. I'm always trying to pull up my Ninja Trader app on my phone, and every time I try to get Ninja Trader, I hit my Netflix app. It drives me nuts. The two are right next to each other, and they look exactly the same. Anybody here use the NinjaTrader app? I find it really annoying when I log into my NinjaTrader app and I log in my NinjaTrader app and it's always putting me in my demo account or it's not updating the charts. It's super annoying, super annoying. I've always got to like log out. I don't have to log in. I have to switch my account or whatever to my live, but I wish I could just pop it up and look at like the 5-minute chart on the NQ, but it's always not updated. It's just so annoying. I don't know if you can use Tradeovate app with your NinjaTrader account. Can you? Does anybody know? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull up Tradeovate. I'm gonna download Tradeovate. This NinjaTrader app sucks. I used to have MetaTrader 4. It would show me the NAS 100 CFD contract, and that was exactly the same as the futures contract, the price action. So that was and it was just super clean. It loaded in 2 seconds. I mean, nothing. It was perfect. And then I was kind of like piggybacking on some old broker, some old CFD broker I used to have, which I didn't have any money in the account anymore, but they kept giving me data. And so I was just using that. And then they finally realized that I didn't have any money in their account. So they closed my account credentials. I don't know. I'm going to try to log in with Tradeovate with my NinjaTrader brokerage stuff. See if it lets me do it. Oh my God, it's the same as NinjaTrader. Let's see if it does. That's just for fun. Yeah, it's the exact same. This app is the same as NinjaTrader's app. Maybe it's not as clunky, but it's the small things in life that I complain about. Will be cool though to get that Quest 3. I'm telling you, man, I think that's gonna be my new project. Get that Quest 3 and set up like all your screens on it and just trade NinjaTrader Web. You can also get volume profile on NinjaTrader Web. You could probably set all this stuff up. I wonder if you can live stream from your mess when your Quest 3. You guys would like see exactly like what I was looking at. You know what I mean? So that it was like shift. You could see I'm looking at the screen on my left and you can see that, and I'm looking at the screen on my upper right, you can see that. I think so. That'd be cool. That's gonna be my President's Day weekend project. That and setting up my kids' soccer goal in the backyard. All right, guys, 10:15. I'm probably jumping off this thing. We took 3 trades today. Only up $140, but this looks bullish. Maybe we're gonna break this, move back up to VWAP. I have no idea. I'm fried. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Thanks a lot. I will be back on Tuesday of next week. I'm not going to live stream tomorrow, and Monday is a holiday, but I will be back on Tuesday next week. Hopefully I see you guys there. I'll try to load up some content over the weekend. I'm not quite sure what. I said I would do that last week and I didn't do it. It was just being lazy bones, but you know. Thank you, sir. Thanks, RPS. Yeah, hit that like button before I jump off of this thing. I'd really appreciate it. If I got 20 likes, I'd be super happy, super stoked. Yeah, it was kind of a quiet session today, I guess. Clearly a bear market. There was a nice trade set up here in this wedge with all that selling volume coming through, if anybody caught that. Thanks, Jordy. Appreciate it. I didn't catch it, obviously. So whatever. This looks like a short here on that 1 minute up to 20 SMA. I don't know. I'm fried. I've been looking at this thing too long. My brain is smoked. I will see you guys here on Tuesday. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate all the positive vibes. I'm going to end our poll. And yeah, you guys have a good weekend. You guys have a good weekend. Hopefully it's nice weather wherever you guys are. You find some cool shit to do outside. Hang out with some people you care about. And I will see you guys back here next week. Later.